if I were getting started, I believe the most important thing you can do is not to focus on the $50,000 a month product. I don't get that that's a good strategy for you to do, because the reality is you probably ain't gonna find that, as certainly not as your first product. You probably ain't gonna find that. It's a much better strategy to focus on finding a product that's going to give you the experience that's required and put some rungs on the board for you that's required for you then to go on and find more products. So I believe that's a much better strategy and a much better goal for you to go for. So focus on finding a product that's just going to make you some money. Just going to make you some money, whether that's $5,000 or $10,000 a month, whatever it might be. That's your much better thing to focus on, rather than trying to find that $50,000 a month product, which are out there, but you kind of luck into them, particularly at the beginning as well. And those $50,000 a month products, they tend to be in much more competitive niches, and you tend to need much deeper pockets as a result of that to go after them. They are there, no doubt about it. But you tend to luck into them more often than not. So it's much better to actually start looking for, and I'll do some of this a little bit later for you too, start looking for a product that's just going to get you up onto Amazon. Indeed, Kate Ingham, who's one of our Amazon coaches, she's on the call tonight, she will often start with that for somebody, just because you want to get them up and running. It is much better strategy to just go with something that's just going to get you started, because you're gonna mess things up. It's not going to be perfect the first time you do it, not by a long stretch. So you're better off just going for something that's just going to get you some rungs on the board. And if you've got that as an outcome, when that invariably happens to you, that you make some mistakes, it's not a $50,000 a month product, you won't get disheartened. It won't put you off. You've already started with that in mind, and so that's going to make you feel good that you actually got that. I believe that's a much better strategy than trying to find this $50,000 a month, $100,000 a month products. They do exist, but the chances are when you're a newbie, you won't have the skills to go after them. And that's just reality. Just like when you're learning to ride a bike, you don't start on a half pipe. When you get a BMX bike, for instance, you don't start immediately on a half pipe. You start just kind of falling off a couple of times and figuring shit out. It's the same thing when you're actually starting anything at all. You got to go through the initial phases of learning, and then you get to go on and be an expert and a master. And that's when you'll find your $50,000 a month products and things like that. That's when you find those. Hope that helps. That is definitely the advice I wish I would have had when I first got started. When I first got started, way back in the day, 5 or 6 years ago now, holy shit, I went after those massive products, and it didn't work for me at all. In fact, I lost money in my first year. I'm really that I didn't give up, unlike my mate who started with me, but it was an unmitigated disaster. And I should have learned from that, or I did learn from that, but I should have known better from the get-go, because I've been doing this for a little while. That's the advice I wish I would have got and listened to. So, Craig and Paul, that's the advice I'm going to give you. Hope that helps. Hey, thanks so much for watching that video, and I hope that you got some massive value from it. Before you go, do you live in Australia? If you do, this is for you. Would you like to learn how to sell things on Amazon here in Australia? Would you like to know what sells really well and what sells for the maximum amount of profit? Would you like to know where you can source those products from, whether that be in China or here in Australia, and how to source them so you pay bottom dollar and get maximum value for what you're doing? If you do, please subscribe to my channel and like this video, and you'll learn that and much more. It's the exact same information that people like Jeff from New South Wales I've used to make $45,000 a month on Amazon, that Sue, who's from the sunny coast, has used to purchase herself a brand spankly BMW every single year as a result of her e-commerce business, and the lovely Kate from Bowral in New South Wales has used to make $32,000 a year on a month, not a year, a month on Amazon. And indeed Anthony, who makes $15,000 a month on Amazon, selling, as he puts it, odds and sods. If you'd like to learn the exact same information that they use to maximize their profits for their Amazon businesses, subscribe to this video, like my channel, post below if you want me to teach you something. Okay, I'm out of here. Speak to you soon. Bye. Subscribe. Do it now.